Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, yeah, it's evening. Welcome to Bagel Bites, your home for the sexiest of bites. So sexy, they're gonna make you want to smear all over us. So, until, yesterday I had posted the YouTube video, and I like seeing Miss Ryoko swimming around. I'm gonna give her to you again, but realistically, until I'm ready to put myself and others on camera, I would prefer just the logo, Bagel Bites logo that you've seen, and just audio lead into that. And, I am currently waiting for a new computer because my monitor lizard, you don't think they have as much tail strength as they do until they send a desktop, off a desk. They don't F around with a monitor lizard. You're not gonna like it. They're literally, walking, hissing, Swiss Army knives of death. They got the sharp claws, they got the teeth, they got the tail, they got the crazy chainmail scales. Look, if there was a real Pokemon, it would be monitor lizards. F around and find out. That's all I gotta tell you. Mine's trained. You should see what happens when I scream big pussy. He picks up that rope toy and whips it around like no one's business. He's gone through 3 of them already. By the way, little context, his name's Tony Soprano. So I hope the big pussy joke makes a little more sense. Alright, so the plan here, until my new computer comes in and I can edit all this stuff so it's all the same podcast, because I am not, look, anybody willing to listen to me, I appreciate it like no one's business. I really do. But I am not gonna sit here and make 2 separate podcasts, one for YouTube and one for everything else. That just ain't happening. Alright, look, I'll tell you what, I wake up tomorrow, there's 200,000 subscribers and I'm making money. Sure, tell you what, I will make 20 videos a day, 1 video for each individual streaming service. But until that day comes, this is just for fun. I'm not getting paid for this. I still gotta do a 5:30 to 3 or 4 job. Alright, so screw off. So I'm gonna give you a brief 5 minutes of what tonight's show's pretty much gonna be. It might differ slightly when you listen to the Spotify version, but if you listen to the video, you'll like what I have to say. I'll leave the episode title in the YouTube video, and you'll be able to look it up on Spotify. Just type in Bagel Bites with a Y and look for the logo. So, let me get the intro out of the way. Welcome to Bagel Bites, you beautiful, gorgeous schmear spreaders. Without you, my bagel would be naked. And Jesus Christ, only degenerates want a naked bagel. Same with those baseball perverts. So, moving right in. I've been studying, listening to Epstein BS all day long. My God, is it mentally draining to hear all that crap, all that evil stuff. But there's a couple of things I'm going to touch on in the first 5 minutes here for you guys. So, a couple of claims about Epstein. One of them I heard was that he built a tunnel from his island to the mainland to kidnap young women. Now, am I saying that he didn't have the money to do that? No, be a fucking idiot. Of course he had the money to do that. Do I think he did it? No. Because nobody said thing one about it except conspiracy theorists. Alright, he's like 10 miles away from the mainland. That's 10 miles of underwater tunneling that you would need. At first I said, okay, maybe from the island they dig deep down, they get an idea as to how deep the water is from the island to the mainland, and then they just take their fancy drill and dig 10, 15 feet lower than that, whatever it is, right? No. That would be ridiculous. So then the next thought is you drop some type of sealed air shipping container style thing down there, right? That's the most feasible. So you're telling me that Epstein and his degenerates flew in 10 miles worth of airtight tubes, I guess, and then installed them at the bottom of the ocean so that he could ramrod little girls through a tunnel? I don't know. To me, it seems more than likely that those poor girls were loaded onto a boat or loaded into a helicopter, airplane, etc., and then just carted over. The tunnel thing, it's too much. And you'd think we would have heard about it from the new owner by now, because supposedly he's up to normal things. He's not doing anything bad. Do I believe that? Supposedly there's a lot of hidden chambers where a lot of information was kept and a lot of scandalous shit happened. I'm gonna guess that the person that bought that island is probably kickstarting old Jeffy's act up again. We're probably gonna hear about round 2 15 years from now with whoever this guy is. Am I saying that for certain? No. Do I know anything about the guy? Other than he's supposed to be a normal, regular Joe, I know nothing about him. But it's just very strange with all the secret nooks and crannies and all the potential physical DNA evidence kicking around in those nooks and crannies that they would just let anybody buy the place. What do I know? So, I was listening to Crowder today. I don't know if anybody listening also listens to Crowder. I'm assuming a couple of you do, since we think alike. But he was discussing Ilhan Omar. Now, listen, I'm going to be spending a good 10-15 minutes on her tonight. I'm only going to spend a couple of minutes here just to give you an idea as to what you're going to get. And, this video is not child-friendly. I promise you that. So, there's going to be cursing. So, with all that out of the way, fuck you, Ilhan Omar. You stupid, wretched, stinky fucking cunt. You are one of the most evil, racist, anti-Semitic people I have ever met in my life. How the fuck you ever made it to office is beyond me. And just goes to show you how corrupt the system is. Some fucking terrorist gets to go into office, really. And she's not a terrorist. The woman sat there and when questioned about 9/11, some people did some things. I am the captain now. Yeah, alright honey. Go fuck your brother, how about that? Oh no, sorry, that's not an insult, that's a statement of... Well, I can't say it's a statement of fact that she was porking her brother, but what I can say for certain, as a statement of fact, she married her brother. She committed immigration fraud. And somehow still has a position in politics. How long was she how many nights did she keep the fucking, I'm blanking out, the riots in Minneapolis and all over the country going? Yeah, but nobody ever called her out on that. How many times has she lied and nobody's ever called her out on it? It's because she's a fucking terrorist woman. And she is a terrorist sympathizer. You know, there was a time in this country where she never would have gotten the opportunity to have the job that she has because of her crimes and because of just how much of a terrorist sympathizer she is, but because we live in upside down, fuck you in the ass clown world. Magically, her and Rashida Tlaib have a job. That's another one. Fucking cow. Somebody, look, I don't even know how AOC got there because, as far as I'm concerned, you know, like in the old movies when a guy would insult, yeah, honey, how about you let the men handle it? AOC is one of the few women that I would actually say that to and mean it. I swear to God, this woman is only capable of writing in freaking smelly markers on the back of a child's placemat. These three women I hate with a burning passion. And just for the censors and anybody else listening, because I've said some heinous shit the last few episodes, I don't plan on whacking them off or anything. I wouldn't mind a little hate fuck with AOC just to smash her head into the bureau a couple of times while I'm hitting in the seat. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, No, these women go straight to hell, and I promise you that's where they're going. So, Rashida Tlaib, put that fucking stupid hijab back on so we don't have to look at that big boar face of yours. You know who you look like? You look like Big Pussy Bump and Sarah fucked a terrorist. That's what you look like. How's that feel? AOC, you look like the offspring of Jennifer Beal and Mr. Ed. No, not Jennifer Beal. The other one. Salma Hayek. You look like Salma Hayek and Mr. Ed made a baby. You googly-eyed bitch. And for fucking Miss Captain Phillips herself, just, you're a book yuck. That's all I can say. There's, I know I might not always come off as the smoothest of talkers or what have you, but generally speaking, I can shut most arguments down pretty quick. This is the first thing I've been intimidated by, the podcasting and all that, because, whether or not anybody's listening to me, I'm still addressing the world, and it's, like I said, it's intimidating, so I might not be as fluid as I normally am. But if it's in person, just talking to one or two people, get fucked. I'll shut you down all day. But, on the internet, it's tough. That's why I'm trying to find my groove and get used to it. That's why I'm doing it for fun and not trying to do it for a business. Because I want to spread a message and get better at the casting. But whatever. I digress. So fuck the brother banger. That's all I'm saying. Christ, you see, I got so wrapped up in bitching about her. So she was talking to a bunch of Somalis and was talking about how she's going to put Somali first. Never a mention of America, not an American flag in the background. No. A politician stating that they are going to put the Somalis first. Now, let me tell you about the Somalis, all right? I met a couple of good ones in my day. I was living in Minnesota when, that first wave of immigrants, Somali immigrants, came over. I don't know how they were worthy of asylum when it's fucking Northern Africa. They could have went anywhere. I don't know why we had to take them in. Oh, yeah, that's right, money. So I was living in St. Cloud at the time. And these animals were pouring in by the billful. The crime rate went through the freaking roof. Rape went through the freaking roof. Fraud and theft went through the freaking roof. But here's my favorite, and one that I suffered at many a time besides theft. Car accidents went through the roof because they just got into cars, never insured them, never put plates on them, and this was 90% of them. So the Somali guy that gets a job, bought his car without any government handouts, registers it, insures it, etc. That's the exception that proves the rule. All right? Because most of them are fucking scumbags. I got 2 razor slashes scarred into me for the rest of my life because a couple of douchebags, Somalis, wanted my PS4. Twice. I got literally within like a week of each other. I saved up, bought it, brought it home, get robbed. Then I say, fuck it. Let me go grab one. I even brought my buddy strapped. So we're getting out of the car. What do? What's the name of they jack him in the back. The little leather club thing with the hard weight on the top, so it really, blackjack. They blackjack him and then come at me. And this time, I said, no, fuck you. You little cocksuckers it wasn't you guys, but y'all do kind of look alike. You got me last week. I'm not fucking getting got again. So this fucking dude is coming at me with a razor. His other 2 buddies are running through my friend's pockets. I can't do anything. They get his gun, they get his wallet, they get his car keys, which was stupid because his car was 5 miles away somewhere else, but whatever, right? So this guy comes at me. I drop the PlayStation, which probably wasn't smart, but his idiot friends had already run off. And I go to swing on the guy. Yes, he had a razor blade, he had like a razor knife on him, but at that point I was so fucking pricked off, I didn't care. So I'm going to swing on him, and as I'm going up, he comes down with the knife. I get a couple of slashes on my arm. The stupid prick gets my PS4 anyways because I'm bleeding and cut so deep. Yeah, those are the people that should be put first, right? It's just like with all these immigrants coming over now. Here's a tip. If welfare benefits for these immigrants are jacked up through the roof compared to what they'd give to a normal citizen, if they're demanding open borders, and yeah, fuck you. You can pretend like you don't want open borders, but we all know the way you've set up the policy, it's open borders. All right, stop lying to the American people like we're a bunch of stu-nuts. So you jack up the immigration benefits, but only for these immigrants. Sorry, these felons. You encourage them to come over here. You do everything in your power to silence the average American citizen and force these freaking migrants everywhere. And don't blame Greg Abbott. You got some fucking balls on you if you try to blame Greg Abbott and not your own policy. We're a sanctuary city until you actually show up. It's funny how, as soon as they get to Martha's Vineyard, within 40 fucking seconds, they're on a plane back out of there. So you can do it in Martha's Vineyard, but you can't do it everywhere else, huh? I wonder why there, Barry. You fucking douchebag. Ugh. So yeah. This stupid bitch actually had the gall to, ostensibly say, fuck America. I'm gonna do what I can for you Somalis. You're gonna be put first over every other American. We need a real stupid class of people because we don't have enough of those jumping the border, right? To come in and vote for us because we get free stuff. Ugh, God, you are all sick, disgusting people. And my God, if only I could be a politician. I'm so sick of watching Forbes and they're doing all the political stuff, and these people are so polite. Why can't Chip Roy look at Ilhan Omar in the face and go, listen, you stupid fucking cunt terrorist. Sit down, shut the fuck up, keep your mouth shut while we figure out what to do with you, because frankly, you can't do your job to save your life. You're more concerned with being a terrorist, and you're more concerned with causing violence, looting, and destruction and death amongst our communities. As far as I'm concerned, you've committed treason, and you should be hung from the highest yardarm. Why can't he say that? Why does he have to dance around? Why do all these people have to treat AOC like she actually has more than 3 brain cells? I got 3 gibbon monkeys in the backyard that combined have a brain power 10 times more than AOC. Even her own constituents are ragging on her. The most liberal of liberal morons are tracking her down and ragging on her. Maybe it's time to change. This bitch goes in broker than a joke and comes out worth millions. You think that happens at a $100,000 a year job she's been at for 5-10 years, whatever the hell it is? How did none of you morons go, hey, when the hurricane happened in Puerto Rico, wasn't she crying about her abuela's roof and how it was missing and how she was getting rained on while she was trying to sleep? Didn't she do a big GoFundMe that got like 60 grand? How was her abuela's roof still not fixed 3 or 4 years later? Oh, that's right, because she's a stupid cunt and pocketed the money. All right, people, there's your tasty tidbit. I went off. I do apologize. If the language doesn't get me banned from YouTube, then I'll see you tomorrow with another brief 5-minute teaser trailer for Bagel Bites. I promise, though, the podcast will stay up. I censor myself a little more on the podcast. I use the soundboard. It's a little easy to bleep things out, etc. So the podcast will sound more tamed, but same message. So with all that being said, keep spreading my sheer, you sheer. Keep spreading my schmear, you beautiful SOBs. And I hope one day we can meet face to face, and I can cream your bagel for you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Michael with Bagel Bites. Have a good night, and I look forward to seeing you on Spotify.